Okay, welcome everyone. My name's Eloisa Ramos, and I'm here with my friend Connie.
Hello.
Connie, and we are studying the text of A Course in Miracles. So we are continuing with chapter 19, the attainment of peace. And we finished, let's see, we finished under A, the first obstacle, the desire to get rid of it. We finished the attraction of guilt. We're just going to review that so that we can move on to the second obstacle to peace, which is the belief that the body is valuable for what it offers. So I'm just going to review the attraction of guilt here. Okay, so let's see. Paragraph 1. Oops. Oh, here we go. The attraction of guilt produces fear of love, for love would never look on guilt at all. It is the nature of love to look upon only the truth, for there it sees itself, with which it would unite in holy union and completion. As love must look past fear, so must fear see love not. For love contains the end of guilt, as surely as fear depends on it. Okay, so if we have an attraction to guilt, there is going to be a fear of love. Okay. And I would say that there's going to be a fear of love because we've confused love with attack, actually. Because we can't really be afraid of love as, the truth, which is completely lovable, right? So to be afraid of what's completely lovable and innocent and holy and pure really doesn't make any sense. Okay. So when we're in fear, we're misperceiving what love is. Um, and so we would not be, let's see, we would not be in our right mind. So we would be looking, see, because think of fear as a filter, and fear would then filter everything that we see so that we would just see, attacks and we would basically see a world of darkness. And it would be hiding the truth, which is love. And that's why we practice the forgiveness, because that's an act of love. And that's the miracle that begins to undo all of that darkness and all of that fear, so that the light can shine through our mind, so that we can become aware of the love that's right under that darkness, right under that fear. Okay. All right. So, and that's what this next paragraph is saying, that love's messengers are gently sent and return with messages of love and gentleness. But the messengers of fear are harshly ordered to seek out guilt and cherish every scrap of evil and of sin that they can find, losing none of them on pain of death and laying them respectfully before their Lord and Master. Okay. So the perception is basically what's referred to here as messengers, because you could also say it's another word for projection, because we see what we want to see. So we send out messengers that will comply with our thoughts. And if they're attack thoughts, then we're going to see that coming back to us. as pain, death, and sin and evil. Um, and and because the two thought systems are well, they're showing us reality and they're showing us illusion. The thoughts of God are showing us reality, which is loving and gentle. But perception cannot obey two masters. So each asking for messages of different things in different languages. What fear would feed upon, love overlooks. That's the forgiveness. Okay. So the forgiveness is to, another way for another, let's see, another word for forgiveness is overlooking. So we overlook the sin, we overlook the evil, we overlook the error because for a lot of people, error is sin. So, um, but fear would feed upon that. So let's see. And then our relationships then are formed in this world, and they are the result of how the world is seen. So that makes sense, right? That we're going to relate to each other based on how we are seeing the world. Because if it's a fearful world, I'm going to be on guard. In my relationship with you, it's not going to be very loving because I'm not going to be trusting. I'm not going to be very trusting. Yeah, if I'm on guard, I'm on defense, right? Yeah. And I'm going to be expecting the worst. So um, I would say it's almost paranoia. So yeah. Um, okay. So yeah. So this is saying, send not these savage messengers into the world to feast upon it and to prey upon reality, for they will bring you word of bones and skin and flesh. I mean, that's basically what it is. Destruction, death, um, because we're seeing everything as if it was separate individual body, thing, object, ego. So it's all fragmented. We're not seeing the oneness of spirit, of mind. Um, and so, individuals are going to conflict because there's a perception we have that we're different, that we have different interests, that there's not enough, that I have to fight to survive. And it's really a scarcity belief. Um, I have to get, grab, and take from you because they're limited resources. So um, that's sort of where the fear takes us. Holy Spirit has given you love's messengers to send instead of those you trained through fear. Okay, and they are eager to return to you what they hold dear as are the others. If you send them forth, they will see only the blameless and the beautiful, the gentle and the kind. And that's the real world because that is how God created us, loving and lovable. Um, so, okay, so yeah. So if you send forth only the messengers of that the Holy Spirit gives you, wanting no messages but theirs, you will see fear no more. Okay. The world will be transformed before your sight, cleansed of all guilt and softly brushed with beauty. Okay. So the world contains no fear that you laid not upon it. Um, and love too would set a feast before you on a table covered with a spotless cloth set in a quiet garden where no sound but singing and a softly joyous whispering is ever heard. Okay. So that's basically, heaven on earth, heaven. It's a holy relationship. Um, I am made welcome in the state of grace, heaven, the state of grace, which means you have at last forgiven me. Okay, and that's the Son of God. So when we generalize our forgiveness and just understand that everyone is the same, holy and innocent, then the mind is in a state of grace. Uh, yeah. For I became the symbol of your sin. That's the Christ mind. And so I had to die instead of you. To the ego, sin means death. And so atonement is achieved through murder. Okay. So for the Holy Spirit, atonement is the recognition, the awareness that there is no ego, there is no sin, there is no death. So, okay. So this last paragraph just kind of tried to clear up some of the misunderstandings with the story of the crucifixion and the Son of God. Okay, let's start with the next section, section B, the second obstacle to peace, the belief that the body is valuable for what it offers. Okay, do you want to read number 1, Connie?
Sure. Okay. We said that peace must first surmount the obstacle of your desire to get rid of it. Where the attraction of guilt holds sway, peace is not wanted. The second obstacle that peace must flow across, and closely related to the first, is the belief that the body is valuable for what it offers. For here is the attraction of guilt made manifest in the body and seen in it.
Okay, so let's see what it says in the next paragraph about that, because so this is just reviewing that the first obstacle, of course, is the desire to get rid of peace. So, um, which is uh, holding, having guilt be attractive in some way. So that would mean that peace is not wanted, and that's because if we find guilt, attractive in some way, we're going to want to blame. Okay, we're going to want to judge someone guilty for something. We're going to want to condemn. Okay, and that's basically an attack.
Mm-hmm.
And so, if our desire is to attack, then we obviously don't want peace.
Mm-hmm.
You see, because if we wanted peace, we would look at our desire to attack or to blame or to make or to condemn, and we would say, wait a minute, but I could forgive and have peace instead.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So we don't
Mm-hmm.
have to attack. Okay. We have the option to see it differently so we can have peace instead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so the second obstacle then is the belief that the body is valuable for what it offers. And what it offers is that it makes the attraction of guilt manifest in the body and seen in it. Let's see how that shows up. I think it'll explain it here. Okay, paragraph 2. This is the value that you think peace would rob you of.
Mm-hmm.
This is what you believe that it would dispossess and leave you homeless. Okay, so the manifestation of guilt in the body, let's see, is valuable in some way to us. And we perceive that there's a gain there. Okay. So we're perceiving that making someone guilty or perceiving them as being to blame, we're perceiving them as a body, right? That is
Mhm.
deserving of punishment or deserving of attack.
Mhm.
Okay. And so we would be just feeling justified in that attack. Um, and that is mm, that's
Mm.
putting ourselves, that's kind of usurping the power of God, sitting at the throne
Yeah.
of God.
Yeah.
And that's the value that we think that peace would rob us of. So if we
Mm.
had peace, we wouldn't be able to pretend that we were sitting in the throne of God, high and mighty.
Mm.
Okay. Uh, Being able to pass judgment and blame on others. So there's a lot of, arrogance there of the ego. Um, and when we give value to that, because it's almost like uh, a way of justifying a perception of inequality,
Mhm.
um, where those on the top have more privilege than those on the bottom. And we want to be special and on the top and feel justified in condemning and blaming others. Um, so let's see, number 3. And it is this for which you would deny a home to peace. This quote unquote sacrifice you feel to be too great to make, too much to ask of you. Is it a sacrifice or a release? What has the body really given you that justifies your strange belief that in it lies salvation? Do you not see that this is the belief in death? Here is the focus of the perception of atonement as murder.
Mm.
Here is the source of the idea that love is fear.
Mm. Mhm.
Uh,
Mm.
yeah, so it's the belief that it's a confusion of, of love with, maybe respect or being looked up to or being feared, right? Because I'm in a higher position, rank, or status. So it's not really love, but because the ego that is let's see, that is misperceiving what love is, lacks love. And so it's looking, let's see, looking for it in the world of inequality. Um, okay, and it's let's see, yes, but because we're using the body as a way to let's see, as a way to dominate or be on top or be above other bodies. Um, and we think that that is salvation. Uh, it's really death because it's really survival. Okay, that's what it is. It's survival. Because a body only tries to dominate um, and attack and compete and all of that because it's trying to survive. And it
Mm.
believes that survival is of the fittest. And that therefore it believes that that is salvation.
Mm.
But it's really death, obviously, because no body survives. All bodies die. So it doesn't matter, if you manage to accomplish whatever, you become king. You become king of the world. It doesn't matter.
Oh.
Your body's going to die. So it doesn't matter who's the strongest man in the world. Their body's going to die. Okay. It's not salvation. So, okay. Number three. Go ahead.
The Holy Spirit's messengers are sent far beyond the body, calling the mind to join in Holy Communion and be at peace. Such is the message that I gave them for you. It is only the messengers of fear that see the body, for they look for what can suffer. Is it a sacrifice to be removed from what can suffer? The Holy Spirit does not demand you sacrifice the hope of the body's pleasure. It has no hope of pleasure, but neither can it bring you fear of pain. Pain is the only quote unquote sacrifice the Holy Spirit asks, and this He would remove.
Mhm.
Mm. Mm.
Yes. So the Holy Spirit vision does not see the body, because that is a perception of separation.
Mm.
It sees Christ's mind in everyone. Um, and that's the messengers that it sends out, uh, calling the mind to join in Holy Communion and be at peace as one Son of God. Uh, and such is the message that I gave them for you. That 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 I, Christ's mind, gave them for you. It is only the messengers of fear that see the body, for they look for what can suffer. Okay.
Mm.
And so it would not be a sacrifice to be removed from what can suffer. So to disidentify from the body, to not see others as a body, that is not that is not that's not pain. That is a release from pain. So it's not really sacrifice. That's why down here, number 7, it's in quotation marks, the word sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
Pain is the only quote unquote sacrifice the Holy Spirit asks. So it's an undoing of pain,
Mm-hmm.
and this He would remove. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, number 4. Peace is extended from you only to the eternal, and it reaches out from the eternal in you. It flows across all else. The second obstacle is no more solid than the first. For you want neither to get rid of peace nor limit it. What are these obstacles that you would interpose between peace and its going forth, but barriers you place between your will and its accomplishment? You want communion, not the feast of fear. You want salvation, not the pain of guilt.
Mm.
And you want your Father, not a little mound of clay, to be your home. In your holy relationship is your Father's Son, capital F, capital S. He has not lost communion with him, capital H, nor with himself. When you agree to join your brother, you acknowledge this is so. This has no cost, but it has release from cost. Okay. Okay, so the first obstacle, the attraction to guilt. The second obstacle, the thinking that the body has a value for what it can give us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for you want neither to get rid of peace nor limit it. Yeah. Yes, and those are simply obstacles between that are barriers you place between your will and its accomplishment.
Mm.
Um, so our will is really the same as the will of God. So in the accomplishment of our will, we would be at peace because, well, first of all, inner peace is the healing of the mind. So, um, so it's the healed mind that can co-create with God because it recognizes that its will is one with the will of God, that there's no separation between the Father and the Son, um, the created and the creator. Um, so it is only that, let's see, that realization that we're putting obstacles to. Um, yeah, okay. And basically, it's a release from fear. It's a release from pain. So it's because that's what inner peace is. It's health.
Mm.
Um, okay, number 5.
Is it me?
I think so.
Okay. You have paid very dearly for your illusions, and nothing you have paid for brought you peace. Are you not glad that heaven cannot be sacrificed and sacrifice cannot be asked of you? There is no obstacle that you can place before our union, for in your holy relationship, I am there already. We will surmount all obstacles together, for we stand within the gates and not outside. How easily the gates are opened from within to let peace through to bless the tired world. Can it be difficult for us to walk past barriers together when you have joined the limitless? The end of guilt is in your hands to give. Would you stop now to look for guilt in your brother?
Yeah, and we also don't want to look for guilt in ourselves. Okay, so letting go of not looking for guilt in our brother doesn't mean that then we just turn around and find it in ourselves because we're still trying to hold on to guilt. You see what I'm saying? So if my brothers
Yes.
are sinless, well then so am I because we're the same. So we can't be different. So the idea when if we're talking about if we're comparing, okay, anytime we're comparing ourselves and we come to conclusions, we are denying the sameness of the Son of God.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
To be honest with you, I find that I'm not attacking others. I'm constantly attacking myself and then heaping guilt on myself. I, it's really, God, that just, so what is that? There are two selves going?
Well, remember that remember that it's all just one self. But when we project, we make two egos. We make one for our brother and we make one for ourself.
Okay.
Okay. But it's ego and ego. But then if we want to make them different, okay,
Yeah,
we're going to judge and compare, and one of them has to be degraded and one of them has to be elevated.
of course. Yeah.
Of course. So rather than you're when you do that, you're still doing the same thing. You're making a separation real.
Uh-huh.
Only you're doing it in reverse. Rather than making your brother down here and degrade him, that would leave you up here. You're doing it the other way,
Mm-hmm.
but there's still a gap. So it's the same gap, which
Mm.
is ego separation.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter who we make guilty, our brothers or ourselves. we're still holding and protecting that belief in separation,
Mm,
which is a belief in differences.
yes.
Because we're seeing our brother and ourselves as a body.
Hmm.
Yeah. And we're not a body. We're one mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so the mind here can join because um, there's no separation in the mind. There's no perception of object, subject, um, body um, that is individual. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Number 6. Let me be to you the symbol of the end
Mm.
of guilt, and look upon your brother as you would look on me. Forgive me all the sins you think the Son of God committed. And in the light of your forgiveness, he will remember who he is and forget what never was. I ask for your forgiveness for you. If you are guilty, so must I be.
Hmm.
Okay. But if I surmounted guilt and overcame the world, you were with me. Would you see in me the symbol of guilt or the end of guilt? Remembering that what I signify to you, you see within yourself. Okay, so the Christ mind has already surmounted guilt, and that's why he overcame the world. This is Christ's mind. Okay,
Hmm.
and because we share in that same mind, we were with Christ when that occurred.
Hmm.
Okay, so we don't have to do it all again. We just have to remember. We just have to
Oh,
remember that it's already happened.
yay.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And the way that we remember that it's already happened is by practicing forgiveness.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, that's a real good, simple way to put that.
Hmm.
I like
Okay.
it.
All
All
right.
right.
Number 7.
From your holy relationship, truth proclaims the truth, and love looks on itself. Salvation flows from deep within the home you offered to my Father and to me. And we are there together in the quiet communion in which the Father and the Son are joined. O come, ye faithful, to the holy union of the Father and the Son in you, and keep you not apart from what is offered you in gratitude, for giving peace its home in heaven. Send forth to all the world the joyous message of the end of guilt, and all the world will answer. Think of your happiness as everyone offers you witness of the end of sin and shows you that its power is gone forever. Where can guilt be when the belief in sin is gone? And where is death when its great advocate is heard no more? Hmm. Yeah. Hmm.
Okay. So the practice of forgiveness is really undoing the belief in sin. Um, and it's also, of course, undoing guilt and it's undoing fear. So um, and it's undoing the fear of death too,
Mhm. Hmm.
because then our eternal nature is recognized as what we truly are and not the body. Okay, number 8. Forgive me your illusions and release me from punishment for what I have not done. So will you learn the freedom that I taught by teaching freedom to your brother and so releasing me. I am within your holy relationship, yet you would imprison me behind the obstacles you raise to freedom and bar my way to you. Yet it is not possible to keep away one who is there already.
Mhm.
And in him, capital H, it is possible that our communion, where we are joined already, will be the focus of the new perception that will bring light to the world contained in you.
Mm.
Yeah. So the world is contained in our mind. So we're bringing the light to the world that is contained within our mind that is in darkness. Um, because that's the illusion. The darkness is the illusion. That's
Mhm.
why we forgive. Okay. Because we're not forgiving anything that is real or that is truth. So this is sort of the definition of forgiveness in the course right here. That first line, forgive me your illusions. Okay. And release me from punishment for what I have not done. So anytime I condemn, I am not seeing the truth of what that
Mm.
person is as a son of God. That is basically myself. I'm not
Mm.
recognizing the truth. And the forgiveness says, I forgive you for what you have not done
Mm.
because I am misinterpreting,
Mhm.
um, because I'm seeing through the eyes of fear and seeing sin
Mhm.
that is not there. It's an illusion.
Mm.
Um, yes, and that's freedom. So that's freedom from guilt, freedom from degradation. Because when we feel guilty, we're going to be very degrading to ourselves and
Mm.
attacking ourselves. So let's see. So I am within your holy relationship. Um, and those obstacles that we just read about, that's what imprisons the mind from being aware of
Mm.
of the truth, that our true identity is the Christ mind, and it's not possible to keep away that Christ mind, who is what we are, and it's already in our mind. Um, so it's an undoing of the belief in separation from the holiness of our mind, which is the truth, our true identity.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So anything, Connie? Any questions?
No, that was really good. Forgive me your illusions.
Yes. Yes, that's all we're forgiving. They're illusions. That's why in heaven there's no forgiveness because there's no illusions.
Oh, I hope. Oh, yes.
Yeah, there's no blame, there's no condemnation, so there's nothing to forgive.
Right.
Hmm. It's only in the wrong mind, or the mind that is in darkness, the mind that
Yes.
is closing its eyes, because even that is not really true. There is no darkness, it's just a block to the awareness of love's
Mhm.
presence. Yeah,
It's a block.
it's a block. It's not even
Mm.
real,
Mm.
right? Because light has no opposite.
Mm.
So darkness is not the opposite of light.
Mm. No,
No.
most people would say it is.
Well, all you have to do is think about the sun. Okay, when it's nighttime here It's not because the sun was turned off. The light is still there.
Mhm.
It's just that the other half of the earth is blocking the light from shining through. If the earth was not rotating, it would be light
Right. No, I'm
24/7.
just saying,
Yeah.
like, yeah, most people would think,
Oh,
in the general sense, if you
oh.
ask them, what's the opposite of darkness? People might say, oh, light.
Well, yeah, but I mean, we're talking about all these movies, right? I mean, the Star Wars movie,
Mm,
Darth Vader, and I mean, we think that there's a competition going on, between good and evil, light and
right.
darkness. Okay, but that's
Mm,
not true.
mm.
You see, that's part of the belief in separation.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
That makes much more sense in
Yeah,
that regard.
yeah.
Yes.
Hmm.
Separation.
Yeah.
It's always light.
Yeah, it's always light. Um, the light is not, it's eternal light. There's nothing there that
Mm,
can block it. It's only because we believe in solid things, in bodies, the projection of thought into a form that's a thing that seems to then block the light. But the light, is still coming from a thing. So in the world, the the sun in our galaxy is still a thing. It's a star. So it's not quite, the same when we talk about the light of truth that is not coming from an object.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So the next time we'll go to the next obstacle here, which is the attraction of pain.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay.
All right. So
That looks
so
good.
thank you then. And
Thank you.
yeah, we'll see you next time.
All righty. Bye.
Bye.